report will be about Great Britain traditions, American and Ukraine. We compare them. Also, we go deeper to fascinating customs of tea drinking. So enjoy watching, it will be interesting. It's one of the most ancient drinks. It's believed that Chinese Imperator Shan went on a trip on a country. For hygiene purpose, he drank only boiled water. And one day a couple of tea leaves fell into this kettle of boiled water. And after Imperator saw its stunning beauty and smell, he ordered the drink to be served to him every day. First mention of tea was in 222 in the correspondence of serious nobility. They drank instead of wine, and only aristocrats could afford it. Also, cakes made from tea leaves were a huge revolutionary boom, but in the UK it appeared thanks to India. It was introduced several centuries ago from India. It has become a cult drink. Oddly enough, it was a woman who took over the tea culture. For example, 5 o'clock, the well-known methods of tea, was introduced by Anna VII, which meant that at 5 o'clock every Englishman should stop its work. By the way, every Englishman prefers to drink his tea with milk and cream. Should tea or milk be poured first? Because the portion pull first, you can understand its status. Not rich British people pour first milk after tea. The fact is that the poor people cannot afford high-quality dish, and not rich cups can be burst. In the 18th century, tea utensils became an integral part of tea culture. Fine porcelain teapots, cups and soakers began to be in a great demand, reflecting the social status and sophistication of the owner. But in Ukraine is different tradition. Instead of milk and cream, we drink black tea with lemon. Way modern for afternoon tea was introduced by Duchess Anna Edward. Being a real lover of snacks, she couldn't wait for dinner and kill time with such beautiful snacks. Thanks to tea, the British have found a wonderful life. It consists of 6 doses of tea. 2 first doses begin with awaken. It should be strongest for better awaken and consider as first meal. Following doses begin at noon with soft, not very strong tea. First dose, tea break, the 5th tea party, more recognizable in England. The last tea is drunk after walk, at home, in a cozy atmosphere. Earl Grey is preferred, by the way, it's one of the most famous teas in Great Britain. This amazing tea received its name in honor of Earl Charles Grey, the Prime Minister of Great Britain in the 30s in the 90s of century, and he loved flavored tea. The second legend, it was about Lord Grey, the owner of tea plantations. During a storm, his cargo with tea leaves was covered with bergamot oil, but he didn't want to throw away the damaged gut and he risked to dry it. This is how one of the most famous and incredibly delicious teas in Great Britain was born. And in Ukraine, they drink tea after a meal. England is a country with different interesting traditions, and my friend from the UK, she wanna help me to explain and tell you a little bit about your favorite traditions.
So when I think of Britain, I think about food. I think about the jacket potatoes I had at primary school every lunchtime, fish and chips at the beach, so many fish and chip shops everywhere you look. And also afternoon teas, which are really lovely, especially in small English villages. And tea itself is such a British thing, but technically it's actually originated from China. And I also think about loads of queuing everywhere and talking about the weather, which is usually terrible, Glastonbury Festival, and then also the Queen's speech every year at Christmas is a lovely British tradition, which now is the King's speech. But those are probably some of my favourite things about Britain.
Thanks to tea, the dose of tea is drunk after work, потому что after home is distinguished. And the second one legend. The first